皆さん、こんにちは。Today, I'm going to explain the last lesson, grammar points, in this class this semester. So this will be lesson 6. That's the last lesson we're going to cover in this semester for this class, Japanese B1. So let's get started. The textbook pages that you want to refer to starts at 150 and it goes all the way to 153. So you might want to follow it along with the slides. So the first big grammar point in this lesson is a te form. Sometimes it's te ending, and other times, as it says here, de ending. But we're going to call it te form, just in to have the coherency. And in the grammar term, te form is a gerund, but you don't have to remember that term. You can just, refer this form as te form. And te form is every verb has a te form. So this is not about nouns or adjectives. This is about verbs, action words. And if you remember, um, Japanese verbs have dictionary form, which is a short form. And also we have been learning must form. And we know how to change must to masen. That's do not, negative. And then you did something, then mashita is the ending. And then you didn't do something, then the masen deshita was the ending. So those are the dictionary form and must form that we learned for every verb that we have learned so far. So te form is another addition. It's another form, and you can use to expand your what you can say in Japanese. For example, you can ask, please do something if you know the te form of a verb in a polite way, or you can ask for a permission, like, may I do something? Or you can tell someone you shouldn't do something. So te form gives you a lot of different ways to expand your expressions in Japanese. And as I said, you already know the dictionary form and must form of different verbs. One caution, you should not use te form by itself. So you may have heard expression like ちょっと待って. So 待って is the te form of machimasu, matsu, to wait. But if you use matte, then you're asking someone to wait, but in a very casual or a very direct way. So it would ask someone you know well, such as friends or family members, to do something. So in other words, it's a blunt way of telling someone to do something. So just be careful not to just use te form by itself. And I will teach you how to ask someone to do something politely using te form. All right. So, te form, there are a few categories or groups of verbs, and you can know how you might be able to make te form. So there's a verb song I will show you later, and we'll listen to the song too. But in practice 1B in the book. So don't use te form by itself. Instead, you should add another phrase after te form to make polite requests, like please sit down, something like that. Also, the second expression you can use te form with is form a sentence that describes more than two actions. So let's say that your morning routine, you do many things. You wake up and take a shower, or you eat breakfast and go to school, right? So you can say these things in one sentence if you know the te forms. All right, I did A, did B, and did C, something like that. It's actually number 3. You can give and ask for permission. So you may do something, or may I do something, right? So you can say that. Also, you can state that some action is forbidden. You must not do something. So you must not uh, eat food in a class. For example, I can ask you that. All right, so how to make te form of do verbs. So if you remember, there are 3 categories of different verbs: do verbs, u verbs, and irregular verbs. So do verbs, they end with do. So what you do to make te form is you just get rid of ru, add te, and this I'm talking about dictionary form. And then you will have te form. Very easy. So taberu is to eat. So change this ru to de, tabete, then that is your te form. Verb stem. So stem is mas form minus mas. So that's tabe. So in this case, it's the same, tabe. And the form before mas. And if you add te, then you can also make te form. Okay, so you will have the same form, but these are 2 different ways to get te form of do verbs. If you are looking at the dictionary form, then you can replace do with te. And if you're looking at mas form, then you can replace mas with te, make it into the te form. All right. All right, then the second category of verbs was u verbs. So these are the ending with u, for example, to meet, au, right? So that's a u verb, or verb ending with tsu, like matsu, to wait. So it's u tsu, so it's u verb. And we discussed this. Not every verb ends with do is do verb. Sometimes do ending verbs are u verbs because it's do so it ends with u. In that case, you take these sound, the ending, and change it to small tsu and te. So au will be atte, atte. Small tsu, so you're going to have to skip the sounds. You have to pause. Atte. Matsu, so it's tsu ending. So take out tsu and then add small tsu and te. So matte, matte. And that word like toru, as in take, maybe take a picture. Shashin o toru. So in this case, take out ru, change it to small tsu and te. Totte, totte. That's how you make te form. If the u verbs with the final ending with mu or bu or nu, then you take these sounds out and then add de, de. So I'll show you some examples. So yomu, to read. So take this out, mu, and then add but it's going to be de. So yonde is a te form of yomu. Yonde, something to do with reading. Asobu, either play with toys, or if adults use this word, then you spend fun time, maybe with friends or doing something special. Asobu, take a bu out and then add de. So asonde, asonde. Shinu is to die. So take nu out, change it to de. So shinde, shinde. Okay, continuation of u verbs. So the verb ending was ku for the dictionary form. Then you're going to take out ku and then add ite. Kaku is to write. So take out ku and then add ite. Kaite. Kaite. Iku is take out ku, and this is actually an exception. It's not iite because that's very difficult to say. So you can make this itte, itte. And the u verb ending with gu, then it's going to be ide, ide. So you can see that ku will be ite, gu ending will be ide. So there is no tenten, no tenten. There are tentens, and then there are tentens. For example, to swim, oyogu, oyogu, then oyoide, oyoide. And u verb ending with su, then you're going to change su to shite. For example, hanasu, to speak. So hanashite, hanashite. So you're going to have to remember the ending of u verbs and then how you can make each category into a te or de form. All right, so this is a list of all the things that we just went over. So I also wrote mass form. And sometimes if you look at, if you know mass form, sometimes you can figure things out. But okay, so this is a list. So, au will be atte, matsu, matte, toru, totte, yomu, yonde, asobu, asonde, shinu, shinde, kaku, kaite, oyogu, oyoide, hanasu, hanashite. So these are the te or de form. And the third category of different verbs are irregular verbs. There are only two. It's the suru, to do, and kuru, to come. So suru will be, te form is shite, shite. So if you remember mas form of suru, it's shimasu. So that's still here. So you can actually come up with a te form by using the stem. So shi, te. So you could do that. Kuru, okay, if you think of mas form, kimasu. So you can actually take out mas and then add te, kite. Okay, so these are the te forms of two irregular verbs, suru, kuru. So on page 156, there that's the start of a practice, and then practice 1B, they talk about there's a song. They made up a song. Let's sing a Teoform song. It's the melody is Battle Hymn of the Republic. Everybody, I'm sure you will recognize the melody. So, we'll listen to that, and I will kind of, follow along this lyrics. Then this will help you remember different final verbs or different sounds, how it's going to change into te or de form.
B あうあってまつまってとるとって読む読んで遊ぶ遊んで死ぬ死んで書く書いて消す消して急ぐ急いでみんな奪ぶてフォームうつるってむぶぬんで食いてぐいでうつるってむぶぬんで食いてぐいでうつるってむぶぬんで食いてぐいですしてうばぶてフォーム
Okay, so the first verse, they actually say the dictionary form au, and then that will change to atte. Matsu will change to matte. So they give you the example. And then second verse, these utsuru, these are the word verb ending. So u, tsu, ru here. So if they are ending with u, tsu, ru, then that's going to be de, de. Same thing. Mu, bu, nu. Mu, bu, nu would be nde. So mu, bu, nu, nde. And then ku, kaku will be ite. And then gu will be ide. So here, kuite, guide. And then su will be, let's see, kesu right here. And then keshite. Right? So these are the u verb te form. So hopefully you can, you should sing along with this. And also, if you memorize this, I think it'll be a little bit easier than just memorizing this without any melody. So I hope you will make use of this and listen to the song and follow, sing along. And hopefully you can sing this by yourself without looking at it. And that'll help you coming up with a te form. So now that we know how to make te form of each verb, then I will show you how you can use that. Because I asked you not to use it by itself, because that would be too casual to ask someone to do something. But if you use te form or de form, and if you put kudasai, then that will be a polite request, like please do something, typically for me, right? So, for example, 教科書を読んでください。教科書 is a textbook, so please read the textbook. A teacher may ask students to do this. 教科書を読んでください。So please read. So this is the part that says read, and this makes a polite request, right? 読んでください. Please read. Or すみません。ちょっと教えてください. Okay, so すみません. Excuse me. So I'm stopping someone that I don't know. ちょっと is a little bit. 教えます。教える is to teach something or please give information. For example, like how to get to a place, like directions. And kudasai makes it a polite. So it means, please tell me a little. Maybe, I'm lost, right? So tell me I need your advice. It's a very nice way to ask a stranger for help. すみません。ちょっと教えてください. So there are in the book there are practice, so you can practice this. So number one, she is asking him to turn off the light. Okay, so you need to know the word electricity, the light, denki, and to turn off something is kesu. So what's the te form of that? Keshite. And you want to be polite, so 電気を消してください. Right? So please practice these. Please come here. Please sit here. Please hurry. Please close the window. Please go to the hospital. And please write your name. And then make sure you check with the audio file. So that was kudasai, the polite request. Another way of using te form is describing two or more activities, so actions. So, for example, all right, and okay, let me back up a little bit. Okay, so you can use te form to combine two or more. You can do 3, 4, 5 different actions. So you wake up at 6, take a shower then, and then eat breakfast and read the newspaper and go to work, something like that. You can say this knowing te form, right? So in a way, you can think the te form is like and between verbs. Remember, and is to, but to only connects nouns. So you can't do 食べると飲む, but you can say 食べて飲みます. All right. And te form itself does not have any time signature. So it will be when that happens, or when that happened, or will happen, will be dictated by the end of the sentence, the last verb at the end of the sentence. So I will show you what I mean by this. So, this sentence. 7時に起きます。それからシャワーします。So, I wake up 7, then それから is and then, okay, take a shower. All right. So these are two sentences. So before lesson 6, this was how we would make sentences to show two actions. But now you can do this. 7時に起きて te form of 起きる。7時に起きてシャワーします。Okay, so this is one sentence. It's same thing, but I wake up at 7 and take a shower. Same, basically expressions or the facts, but this number 2 sentence is more complicated, right? So your sentence structure, have a little more complexity. All right, so let's look at the same actions. 7時に起きてシャワーします。So if you end your sentence with します, mas, then you do it. Maybe you do this every day. It's a routine. All right. So as I said, 起きて doesn't tell me whether it's past, present, or future. I have to look at the ending verb ending here and go, okay, this is imperfective. It hasn't finished. So maybe you do this every day. I wake up at 7 and take a shower. 7時に起きてシャワーします。Okay, let's look at this sentence. 7時に起きてシャワーしました。しました。So, ました will be past tense, perfective. So now, again, 起きて doesn't have any time signature. So in order to know what happened, when this happened, I have to look at the ending. Since this is a past tense, so then you woke up, right? So I woke up at 7 and took a shower. So they correspond. So this mashita affect the time signature for this te form. So that's what I meant by you have to look at the ending verb time in order to know all these te form and de form actions happened or happen. All right. And so you can practice this with saying 毎日 every day, then it's going to be mas ending. But if you talk about I did this and this yesterday, then your ending should be mashita. All right. So make sure you practice that. And sometimes the multiple verbs are more loosely connected by te form. So you can say, of course, I did number 1 action, number 2 action, and number 3 action. But so they happens or happened in sequence. However, you could say something like this. バスに乗って there's okay, I need another T here. 学校に行きます. So you ride a bus and go to school. So that means you went to school or you go to school by bus. So the better translation would be I go to school by bus. But literal translation would be I ride a bus and go to school. So you didn't go somewhere else by bus. You took a bus and you got to school. So that's what we mean by バスに乗って学校に行きます。Or 本を忘れてすみません。So what's the first action here? 忘れて。忘れる is a do verb and it means to forget. So I forgot my book and I'm sorry, right? すみません. So it translates to I'm sorry for not bringing the book. Okay, so of course you forgot first and then you feel bad, but that's a little bit awkward. I forgot the book and I am sorry. This is more of what I mean in English. Okay, by saying 本を忘れてすみません. I'm sorry for not bringing the book. That's what I mean by this. The next expression you can use with te form is if you add te or de, mo here, and then i des. So as you remember, i des is it's good. So it's okay. It's good if you do this action. That means you're giving someone a permission, right? So that would be you may do something. 窓を開けてもいいですよ. So 窓 is window. 開ける so 開けて so open. も okay, and this is like a particle and it means also. By saying 開けてもいいですよ, if you don't open it, it's also okay. So you're being very polite. That person you're giving a permission to whether you can do this or if you don't want to, you don't have to. All right. 窓を開けてもいいですよ. You may open the window. And then by saying yo, I'm sure. Okay, it's okay. But if you change, let's say yo to ka, now it's a question. So now, is it okay if I do something? So you're asking for permission. 窓を開けてもいいですか? So, may I, is it okay to open the window? Right? May I open the window? So by changing this "いいです" into a question, you are asking for a permission. And if you say "いいです", then you're giving someone a permission to do something. But in any case, you need te and then mo. Okay. So if you want to, if somebody tells you, 窓を開けてもいいですか? Then you want to say, if that's okay, はい、どうぞ. Yes, please, you may. はい、どうぞ. Please go ahead. Or number two, いいですよ. Someone asked you, いいですか? So you can say, いいですよ. It's okay, for sure. If you don't want someone to do something, then you could say, すみません。ちょっと. So I'm sorry, I can't give you a permission. It's maybe a little bit inconvenient. So these are the ways you can say yes, はい、どうぞ、いいですよ, or no, I rather you did not. すみません、ちょっと. In any case, these are very polite, so you can use these. So again, this is a picture. These are the pictures from the exercise pages. So please make sure you do that. Okay, and the next one, next expression with te form, you are going to follow te form with wa. This is the topic, and then ikemasen, ikemasen. So notice masen, that's a negative. So ikemas means you can go, you are allowed. So ikemasen, negative, so you are not allowed. So you must not do something. It's pretty firm, but still it's a mass form, masen form, so it's still polite, right? So you're just assertively saying someone must not do something. All right. So it's a strong prohibition statement. ここで写真を撮ってはいけません. So taking pictures here is not allowed. That's what you're saying here. ここで写真を撮ってはいけません. You must not take pictures here. So there's another practice. You are teacher of this rowdy class. Okay. Ban these disruptive behaviors. So now like number one, you can say, okay, you must not use your smartphone. So スマホを使ってはいけません. 使う is the use, and the te form is it's u ending, so 使って、so 使ってはいけません. So on and so forth. All right, so I hope you will try telling these students not to do things. And the next one, okay, so these, up until number 5, these are all about te form and de form. And grammar point 6 it's not about te form. It's a complete sentence, and if you add kara, then you're making this sentence into some kind of reason for something that you do. So a sentence that ends with kara, because, explain the reason or the cause of a situation. So, 今晩勉強します. Okay. Tonight, I will study. Okay. So you want to know why, and I will tell you. 明日テストがありますから. So this 明日テストがあります is a reason for my studying tonight. Okay. And how do I know that? Because there's kara here. Kara indicates the previous sentence is a reason. 明日テストがありますから. Right? And so this was 今晩勉強します. 明日テストがありますから. Yes, you better. You can also do this. 明日テストがありますから今晩勉強します. So I flipped these kara sentence part and then the result. So you can do that. It's kind of like the sentence, the clauses with the because and then the other independent clause. All right. So you can compare, and they mean the same thing. There's a practice here. So 昼ご飯を食べません. Okay, so I don't eat lunch. So I want to know why. どうしてですか? どうしてですか is why. So maybe you can explain. Maybe I can say お金がありませんから. お金がありませんから. I don't have any money. Okay, maybe. That will be my case. Okay. お金が全然ありませんから. So I don't have money at all. Okay. ああ、そうですか. Okay, new information. 大変ですね. Yes, this is a very troublesome situation. 大変. 大変ですね. So questions, a comment like that you can make. All right. This week is hectic. So this week is 今週 and hectic, troublesome. Let's use 大変. So how would you put that together? 今週は大変です. Okay, so if someone said this week is hectic, okay, you want to know why. どうしてですか? Okay, come up with a reason. Number 2, tomorrow I will wake up at 6. So you can say that, and then you can also give a reason why, and so forth. All right. And grammar point 7, this is also about sentence. And we did this a little bit in lesson 5, but ましょう was let's do something, right? 図書館に行きましょう. Let's go to the library. And if you add ka, then that would be shall we or shall I? Okay. 図書館に行きましょうか? I don't know if it's we are going to go, should we go, or should I go? It depends on the context. But this one, again, offering assistance. So, ましょう was let's do something. Okay, let's see. 勉強しましょう. Let's study. And 勉強しましょうか could be shall I study or shall we study together? That kind of thing. But also, depending on what you say you're gonna do, then it could be assistance. 荷物を持ちましょうか? So, shall I carry your luggage? Meaning, can I help you carrying the luggage? Very nice way of politely asking or offering assistance. 荷物を持ちましょうか? And to answer that, if someone offer you, then, 本当ですか? じゃあお願いします. Okay, so, oh, really, really, you're impressed. Okay, then please, お願いします. Or if you're okay, いいえ、結構です。大丈夫です。結構です was I'm fine as it is. Okay, so it's a politely how to decline. So that's okay. 大丈夫です. I'm okay. So these are some of the things that you can offer assistance with. Like number one, should I open a window since it's very hot? 窓を開けましょうか? And so forth. So make sure you practice. And if you can read the cultural notes on page 154 and 155 about Japanese education system, that would be great. Also, there is expression notes on 155, so that would be your reading assignment as well. All right, so we finished lesson 6, grammar points. I know you have to do your work to memorize or to learn how to come up with the te form of different verbs and also a few new expressions. But I hope you will start working on these. And next week, I will tell you about the final exams a little bit more. And so I will see you in the next lecture. お疲れ様でした。さようなら。